Om Shanti. A very warm welcome to all the viewers for the third day session of Rajayoga meditation. Yesterday, we have learnt about science behind soul consciousness, power of thoughts, how I work with mind, intellect and sanskars. Today, we will look into another important component of Rajayoga, that is Supreme Soul or God. We are used to perceive things by seeing, touching, hearing or tasting them. We grow up in a seeing is believing culture. Now, because we cannot see, hear or taste God, questions arise. Is God for real? Where does He live? What is His role? Can I have a personalized relationship with God? With all your kind attention, let us explore answers for these questions in today's session. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome you all for the third day session of series of Rajayoga meditation classes. In the last 2 days, we were discussing about being in the awareness of our thoughts, how to create positive thoughts, how to change our perceptions and attitudes so that I take the situation in my control. We also did an exercise on watching our thoughts for the whole day and hope you had good results. In the second day, we discussed in detail about the awareness of the real self. The real self meaning who am I? So, we got to know about this secret, the key to the treasure store of inner happiness, the knowledge of the self as the soul with all the good qualities in it. And so, there are 7 qualities in us, and when we want to strengthen our mind, it means that we need to observe those qualities. What is the source from which I can derive all these pure positive qualities? And the most important thing is, see, whenever I am in that web of negative or waste thoughts because of something that has happened, immediately what I need someone, I want someone to vent out my feelings, to vent out my emotions, someone who can simply listen to me, understand me as I am without any misconceptions and misunderstanding. And the most important thing is they have to be reliable, that they do not share it or they do not pass it on to others. And if possible, if they are able to give me some advice and show me a direction, and if they are able to sustain me with that strength, well and good. So, if you have someone who is so reliable and who understands you as you are, whatever you are, who is not going to justify you for anything, simply accept you as you are and give you some ways to help you out, sustain you with that strength, will you like that person? Sure, we would. Is there a person like that in this world? Yes, you are right. We have one such source whom we daily think upon. Who is that source? God. God the Almighty. God the bestower of happiness. God whom everyone calls out to. So, Rajayoga meditation is all about establishing a connection and having a beautiful relationship with that Almighty. So, meditation is all about communicating with Him the whole day. So, now if we want to have a communication with someone, or if two persons want to connect and communicate, what is it that needed? First of all, they should be aware of, they should be knowing each other, and the second thing is they should have a relationship between each other. Say for example, if I want some money very urgently, whom will I go and ask? I will go and ask to such a person whom I know and with whom I have some acquaintance, and more important, that person should have money. So, we should have a relationship. And the third one, what is available with that person, so that I go to the correct person for the correct purpose. And the fourth one, that language of communication should be common. I know Tamil, but if you don't know Tamil and you know Telugu, can I communicate? Not possible. So, that relationship may not grow up, right. So, we should be knowing each other, and there has to be a relationship, and we should know what is available with the other person, and the fourth one, the language of communication has to be common, there has to be a common platform. Now, answering to the first question, what is or who is God? How is He? What is His form? What is His name? Where is He residing? Have you ever thought of such questions? Sometimes even this question comes, does He exist at all? We, in a casual terms, we say no, so much of things are happening in the world, is God existing, seeing all these things? But on the other hand, we also go to Him whenever we want some help. So, what is His form? Now, very simple logic, very simple question. I am so and so. How is my parent looking? What is the form of my parent? Are they human beings or are they some animals or birds? They are human beings. Now, every creation, when it gives birth, then what is the form of the creation? It is in the same form. A cat gives birth to a kitten, a lion gives birth to a cub. So, so is the parent, so is the child, the creation. The creator and the creation has to be in the same form, and obviously it is. So, if we take this world, the planet Earth, all of us, the 720 plus crores of souls, human souls, we are human beings, the creation of the creator. If that is the case, then how the creator will be? Will he be in any other form, or does he have to be in the same form as we are? Yes, he has to be in the same form as we are. So, that is why he is called as the Supreme, Supreme Soul. We are all human souls, means Jiva Atma, the Atma in the body, whereas God is said to be Supreme Soul, Param Atma. In full term, we call him as Parampita, Paramatma, Nirakar, Shiv, or incorporeal God, Father, Shiv. So, he is Param Atma, he is Supreme Soul, but it does not mean that he is in a big form. He is also of the same form as I am. I am a point of light, and he is also called as Jyotir Bindu. Jyotir Bindu, a light, a point of light which is self-luminous. So, that is what we call as incorporeal. So, he does not own a body. And what is his name? Shiv. And this form of God as light is accepted in various religions. In Hinduism, they depict God in the form of Shiv Ling or Lingam, where there is no image of a body, but whereas the image of a ling is given. If you take Islam, they go for a pilgrimage to Mecca, and there they have a pure stone called as Sang-e-Aswad, and they portrait that to be an image of Allah or God. So, they also accept God to be incorporeal, the one without an image of a body. And even in Christianity, Christ has mentioned God to be the Father, the loveful one, the merciful one, Paramapita, and he says God is light. They saw God in the form of light. Even in Sikhism, God is termed to be Ek Omkar. Omkar means Nirakar, the one without a body of his own, and he is one. So, we can just keep on giving examples for God being accepted as universal, as one who creates the whole creation, whereas according to our understanding, according to our knowledge, according to our experiences, the name that we have given for him in different cultures, in different religions, in different parts of the world, as the civilization grew upon, we have given different names, different forms, and the practices we follow differ. But the person whom we are calling out, remembering, is only one. And this name of Shiv is the name that we give him for his actions, for his qualities. So, the name we have for us is based on the place we are born, the culture we adopt to, etc. Supposing I am in Tamil Nadu, so I have this name, whereas if I am born in North, I will have a different name, and if I am born in a different religion, I will have a whole different name. It changes. But whereas God's name is for his attributes. So, what is his attribute? His attribute is that of bringing benefit to the world. The word Shiv means Kalyankari, the one who does good for all, the benefactor, the one who removes the sorrow, and the one who bestows us with happiness. So, his form and name is incorporeal, Jyotir Bindu, self luminous point of beautiful light, named as Shiva or Allah or Jehovah, etc. Now, what is the relationship that I have with him? That also we should know, and that is not something new for us. We always sing in devotion, thou art my mother and father, you are my parent and I am your child. So, for whom does he become the parent? For this body, for this physical costume, we already have a parent. There is a mother and father who takes care of the physical needs, and most important is the parent of this physical body, they keep on changing from birth to birth. So, you remember in the first day class, this soul is eternal. It keeps changing the body, whereas the body is perishable, but the soul is imperishable. So, the physical parent of this body, they keep changing. But who is, please watch, please listen carefully, who is the parent of this eternal being? Who takes care of the soul when it goes on a journey from one birth to other? Who is my eternal companion? Who will come with me always? Yes. So, he becomes, God becomes the father and mother of this soul. And why do we call out to him the father and mother? This particular relationship is such a beautiful relationship where there is only exchange of love. The mother and father never accounts for anything that they are going to spend, either in terms of physical terms, be it money, be it anything else, or be their effort, their sacrifices. They never ever account for that. We never ever keep an account for it, because we feel that this is my creation, and I have to bring up my creation to the best possible way. And the child is bound to receive it. The child has a right over the parents to ask for something. The child will not go and ask for a neighbor if it is in need of something. But whereas, even if it is the child of a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of India, even the child will go, just like they will go to the lap of the father, and it will play with the father, and it will just take out the money from the pocket, because it has the right. Similarly, I as the soul, I as an eternal being, I have the right over God. This is that link which we have forgotten. This is that link, that beautiful relationship that when we re-emerge and re-establish, we feel that much of closeness with that beloved, and we can just receive whatever we want from him. Just think about it. When the Almighty himself, when the Creator himself is belonging to you and you belong to him, will there be anything for which I am going to worry about it? Nothing, right? So, I have that relationship of God. So, in Rajayoga, we will establish, we will reconnect with him being a child. Yes? Okay. And the third one, now I know that I am the child, but do I know what my father has in his treasure store for me? What is that he has to offer for me? Yes, he has everything for me. All the 7 qualities are with him as well. So, we praise out to him as the ocean of knowledge, ocean of wisdom. So, he has the knowledge about the creation, he has the knowledge about this soul. As an eternal being, I am not aware of the journey which I have crossed through. Do we ever know where we had been so far? In which part of the country or in which part of the world was I born in my previous births? We don't know. And along in that journey, what is the karmic account that I have created with n number of souls? Do we know about our bank balance? Not this bank balance, the bank balance of my karmic account, my credit and debit, whom I have to pay and from whom I have to receive. Do we know that? Not really. And actually we are not supposed to know that, right? But the one, the Creator, he knows about everything. Having said that, he is the right person to guide me to take my life in the correct way. So, whenever there is an obstacle, most of the times that is the question we have in our life, right? Why this is happening to me? And it's why me? We don't know, but he knows. He knows your bank balance. He knows what is your balance in the savings account, the current charitable actions whatever we have done, and he knows what is your fixed deposit savings, your previous balance, karmic accounts, good accounts. So, based on that he will guide us, he will help us. So, that is why he is called as ocean of knowledge. He helps us out, giving us the right knowledge of the soul and how to change our thoughts, etc., that we have seen so far. And the second one, he is loving. We say that God is love, correct? God means love. He is truthful because he is an ocean. Why? And this is where that relationship of a mother comes into picture. The father is responsible for guiding the child and getting the right things at the right time, giving the inheritance, but the role of a mother is different from that of a father. The role of the mother is to sustain the child, giving palana. In Hindi we call it as palana, giving sustenance for the child. And whenever the child commits some mistake, any number of times, but still the mother maintains the love for the child, however worse the child could be. The mother will never ever hate the child. When the child realizes the mistake and comes back to the mother simply hugs the child. She shows her love. And that is what is happening with us, with God. However we are, whatever we are, he simply loves us. He is not going to see our position, the position or the designation whatever I hold. He is simply not going to see about our wealth. He is not going to see about our educational qualifications, nothing. He simply needs a loving heart. That is why it is said that God is there in a true loving heart. So, God is loving, and the beauty is his love is an altruistic love. He is not going to expect anything in return from me, and that is a big relief for us. Yes, because in these worldly relationships, if I am going to show my love or receive love from someone, then at some point in time or the other, they are definitely going to expect something in return from me. If I am able to fulfill their expectation, which is fine, otherwise again the friction starts. But whereas God is not going to expect anything in return. Why? Because he himself is a bestower. Just think, can we give something to God? Can we give something to the Creator? Of course we do something in the name of God, we do some charitable actions in his name, but he is not going to take that from us. It is simply that we want to do it to express our love, to express our feelings of gratitude for whatever that he has offered to us. Otherwise, he is not going to expect anything from us. So, his love is true and his love is uplifting. It is not attachment. His love is uplifting. That love gives us strength. And God is said to be Shantika Sagar, ocean of peace. Whenever anyone is in trouble and they need that peace, be it in any part of the world, in any custom or in any culture, whom are we calling out to? We are calling out to the One. And we say that, may God help us, may peace prevail on this earth. I still remember this. when this crisis of COVID-19 is going on in the western part, in the USA and Italy, a group of people, they created a holy cross in balloon and they sent it out as a message to God. Oh God, please help us out. Help this humanity to survive. Because why did we do this? We know it. We have an experience of it. We know that there is someone who will help us out in times of need. There is someone who can shower us with peace. So he is an ocean of peace. Ocean, why do we often give the term ocean? Ocean means unlimited. You cannot measure it. There is no dimension for the ocean. However much water you want to draw from the ocean, but still the ocean will maintain its level. It will simply give and give. So there is no count, there is no limitation, there is no time. Whenever you want, whatever you want, you can derive upon. And he is also called as Almighty Authority, Sarva Shaktivan. So he has all the powers. He has the power of patience, he has the power of tolerance, he has the power of phasing, all the powers. So when we connect to him, we draw those powers from him. And obviously, as we know, when the mind becomes powerful, we have our own solutions for the problem. The problem becomes a huge problem when I lose my inner strength. Even when I am weak, even a small situation becomes big and I blow it out. On the other hand, if I am strong inside, then even a big problem seems to be very small. I have a solution in a minute. And we all have this experience. So it is simply that I have to make myself powerful so that I can solve my problems. And in fact, the problem is not a problem at all. So he is Almighty Authority. He has the authority of all the powers. So now coming back to the same question. When my father, please note, when my father and mother has so much of peace, so much of powers and a good wisdom and knowledge, a divine intellect and love, then how would I be? The prince born to a king, how will he be? He is a prince. He is in a good costume, with a good attire, with all the ornaments. He is so proud about the father. He is so proud that I am going to be the king of this country or this place in the future. He will have this thinking, right? Same logic. Every day in and day out, just keep emerging this point. Who am I? Whom do I belong to? Who is with me? Who is with me? I have the one who is Almighty, who is my father. So this is that relationship. Yes, of course, in devotion we have so many other relationships where someone considers God to be as the beloved. Meera considers God to be as the beloved, and we call Khuda to be the ghost, and we call Khuda to be the dost, the friend, etc., etc. We can have all those relationships also, but this is the primary relationship. Now, answer to the fourth question. What is the language of communication with the Almighty? Now, you know English and I know English, I am speaking in English and you are able to understand it. So, we have a common platform. Supposing if you don't know English, or either I don't know English, how can we communicate? Little bit difficult, right? So, what is that common language with which we can communicate to him? Will he understand your Tamil, your Telugu or your Hindi? Of course he is, but yet in all this there is one common factor. What is it? It's our thoughts. So we can communicate with him through our thoughts, through our mind. And what is the platform for that communication? The platform for communication is our faith or nishchay. In Hindi we say it as nishchay. Faith is the platform through which I communicate with him. Why is it so? Because neither me, I am visible, the one who is communicating, me the soul, and of course God is someone who can be experienced. He cannot be seen. We are not able to see the self at all, the soul at all. So how can we claim to see God? But yet he can be experienced. And what is that experience? The response we get from him, the help we get from him, the guidance and the divine touchings we get from him. That is the conclusion, that is the confirmation. Yes, I am communicating with the one who is invisible, but yet he is responding back to me. So we have to have that faith. If my mind is that plane, the aeroplane through which I can reach out to him, then what is the petrol? What is the fuel? The fuel is the thoughts filled with faith. And that is why it is said, the one who has faith is victorious, successful. Because that faith gives me that zeal, that enthusiasm, that energy, that positive input, that positive energy. Yes, so I can communicate with him through my thoughts throughout the whole day. So what are we going to do for the whole day? We are simply going to communicate with him, be connected. As we say in the FM radio, no, be connected, stay tuned. So stay tuned to God, so that the frequency matches and you are able to hear a beautiful song. Definitely not a noise, a beautiful song, whereas he helps you out. So actually we have a separate session for meditation, which we will see in tomorrow's session. And to conclude, what is that we discussed today? There is one reliable source whom I can depend upon, whom I can share, with whom I can share the things of my heart, get some guidance, get that help, so that I vent out my feelings and emotions, and I am able to be calm. So what is he? How is he? How is he? He is incorporeal, Jyotir, Bindu, and who is he for me? He is my father, a very loving father. And what am I to him? A sweet child. So when I say the sweet child, the child will not carry any burden of any responsibility. Of course, the child has to do everything, but it will not have the burden of that responsibility. So in the whole day today, wherever you feel that you are so heavy, you are so burdened, just hand over that responsibility and give that burden to him and be light. Stay tuned, and you will instantly feel that help, that energy from him. Yes? Okay. Now can we do some meditation? Here we go. As usual, I will start with saying Om Shanti. Again, Om Shanti means I am a peaceful being, different from this body, the soul, Atma. And I will end up with saying Om Shanti. Ready? Okay, please sit straight, be relaxed, but meanwhile sit straight. Om Shanti. I keep my body relaxed. I keep my mind also relaxed. Gently instructing my mind to move away from the thoughts of worldly matters and be with me to have a beautiful experience of connecting to God, going back to be in the consciousness of the real self. Who am I? Ask yourself this question. Who am I? I am the eternal being, the soul, Atma, a point of light, a sparkling point of light in the center of the forehead. I am holding on to all the emotions and the feelings that I go through the whole day. And every now and then I need to be supplemented with peace, inner strength, love and power. Now I connect through my mind to the source of that power, God the Almighty. Visualize a bright Jyotir Bindu Mahajyoti point of light just in front of your eyes. See that this light is emitting huge bunch of light rays, spreading light rays all over. Look at the beautiful form of Paramatma. I know that He is my Father father of the soul, the child. Being that father, he has unlimited love for this child. He cares for me. He cares for my well-being. He is so compassionate towards me. I am able to feel and sense His love. So my beloved Father wants to see me happy always, wants to sustain me with His powers. Now I start to receive the might, the power from Him in the form of light rays. He starts sending those light rays to me. I see this tiny point of light to be surrounded by a wave of light rays, and I start absorbing that light and might within me. As I do this, my mind starts to become calm. The quantity of thoughts starts to come down. I feel so soothing, a sense of comfort. I love to be in this stage. And the mere thought that I am with God, the ultimate support, gives me huge strength. I feel so comfortable in His company, and I am experiencing that peace inside. I thank my Father for all that help, guidance, and support. Again, I remind myself, I am a peaceful being. I am a child of God. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Dear brothers and sisters, hope you are able to follow and experience the taste of meditation. Tomorrow's session, we will see and discuss in detail about Rajayoga meditation. So, tomorrow we are going to have one full session on how to practice meditation. What are all the simple tips and techniques for the same. So, what are you going to do for the whole day? Stay tuned. All the best. Om Shanti.